Good evening everyone, this is Harvest Harry here and welcome back to another episode of
Building Stuff,
where as usual I'm going to be showing you how to
build stuff.
Next up is the giant staircase, because even though Fallout 4 now boasts a smorgasbord of staircases ranging from rickety old wooden ladders to scaffolding slopes all the way up to prim and proper reinforced cast concrete staircases, none of these can boast being fit for the legs of a sentry. I shit you not. And given the rather brain-dead pathfinding of these poor bastards, I'd say that was quite an achievement. And so, let's build. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to plan is the actual destination of where your stairs are going to be heading. In my case, of course, it's the corner of the roof on the roof of the Red Rocket fueling station. Now I get that this build may seem very specific to the location I'm building it in, but I will do my best to structure this video in such a way that you'll be able to replicate this method in any settlement. In my case, given the eventual destination of the stairs is dictated by the height of the building itself, my staircase will need to be 9 stair sections tall in order for me to reach somewhere near the roof. Just bear in mind that you may have to do some fiddling around with floors and whatnot later, so that the theoretical end to your staircase lines up with the rest of it. This is particularly annoying, as this build is impossible to do from the top down, and must be built from the ground up. But hey, if your destination is 20 stories high, fuck it, the sky's the limit. Well, actually no, the build height is the limit. But, yeah.
Embarrassing.
Your fucking voice acting's embarrassing.
My voice acting. At least I know what a bloody metaphor is, you illiterate little shit.
Look, can I not just do a tutorial without you flying up my arse about this bullshit?
Fine. It's almost as if you're actually trying to upload on time for once.
You're just a prick.
Likewise, sir.
Anyway, now, once you know where you're going with your staircase, we can actually begin its construction. We're going to be using the old snap floor on stairs, place stairs on floor, rinse and repeat trick with this one. But of course, on a considerably larger scale. As for gauging the distance we need to be from the top of our staircase so that when we eventually arrive there, we arrive there at the correct height, we kind of have to convert these stair pieces into a unit of measurement. Luckily, if you're building this at the Red Rocket, this is pretty straightforward, as the slabs on the floor below our staircase are almost exactly 2 square pieces wide. And seeing that our staircase is 9 pieces high, this should also correlate to its length, meaning that our first 2 stair pieces need to be 4.5 slabs away from our last 2 stair pieces. My first piece of advice is to not do what I did when I first attempted this build, and that is to think you can just wing it and get the staircase itself perfectly straight without any visual or snapping aids. As when you do, you'll end up with a little something that looks like this. Instead, what you're going to want to do is to snap a wall to the floor piece that marks your destination, and then snap several walls onto that wall in order to give you a clean straight edge. Then place a spiked pole where you measured where your 4.5 slabs would end up to mark where you need to start the staircase. And then of course you can place down your first stair piece in line with this spiked pole. Now that we're safely back in the light of day, we now need to line up this stair piece so it runs perfectly adjacent to our wall here. We're going to snap a floor to it and then snap a row of floors to that floor until they line up with our walls. This may take a little trial and error, but once it's in line you'll be safe in the knowledge that the stairs will be as well. Now we're going to snap another wall onto the opposite end of this floor. This will act as our guide when we're placing our stairs as we head up. From here we can then place another stair piece. Be sure that when placing these that the left foot lines up with this line on the wooden floor just here, and that the right foot lines up with this bit here, just where the wooden plank begins to change its shade of brown. As well as of course making sure that it's touching our guide wall.
Jesus Christ, Harry, it's a bloody staircase, not the Mona Lisa. Just place the damn thing already.
Yeah, well, you would say that, wouldn't you?
I just think you're being a pedantic little shit.
I am a pedantic little shit.
Good point.
Once that's in, just fuck the wall off, move this floor up a level, snap the right hand stair piece in, pop your guide wall back in, and that's about the method you need to follow to ensure that your staircase doesn't end up looking pissed as a fart. But just to recap, stairs here, left foot here, right foot there, touching wall, fuck wall off, move floor up, snap snap stairs here, and snap wall here. And there you have it. It's all very simple, really. I can already hear the comments. Is it bollocks, you c***? Just repeat this process until you reach your desired level, which in this case is 7. Once we arrive at the top, as you can see here, I have indeed fucked up. By a distance of, oh, I don't know, 100 fucking miles? Not to worry though, while I did almost tear down the whole thing and start again, this actually helps us out a little bit later, which I will show you in a moment. Now all we have to do is kind of blend some floors, roofs and floor and roofs together so we can get a smooth walkway onto our roof. This part will vary from build to build, as this isn't exactly an exact science, this whole left foot here, right foot here bollocks. What I will say though is that these floor and roofs are pretty forgiving with their clipping and do work well when trying to blend 2 levels of floor together. Once you're happy with your floor, just snap some fences around it to make it nice and safe. And then snap some stairs in to get us down to the roof of the Red Rocket. Now it's time to make our staircase look like it's actually being held up by something other than just magic. To do this, we're going to start snapping these foundations onto the snapping points of the stairs. You won't be able to put these everywhere of course, but we only need a few just to get us started. When you get to the stage where there just isn't enough room for any more foundations, we're going to be using the old shack bridge to plug any obnoxiously large holes that still remain. At this point we're almost there, we've just got to give this thing a little bit more flavour. To achieve this we're going to begin by shoving in some wooden fences, just as and where we can on the edges of our foundations. And yes, I forgot to sleep again, I do apologise. Once we've pushed and shoved those every which way we can, we're then going to continue the pushing and shoving with some junk fences, more importantly, some rug glitch junk fences. We're going to start off by plugging up this hole here with some tyres, followed by this fence in front of our shack bridge, and then we're going to have a snooze because I can't see shit. Some more tyres over here, and then finally this corner fence just next to it. Next we're going to mix things up a bit with a nice stack of cages near the bottom of our staircase. We're going to rug glitch this in such a way so the top cage is running parallel with the broad side of our staircase. Be sure that when popping these in that the top cage isn't clipping through the stairs in any way, as this will prevent our beloved sentries from reaching the top of our staircase. And then finally we're going to be finishing it all off with some wire fencing. More specifically this piece of wire fencing down here to plug this last hole. Followed by placing some posts on both sides of the staircase to look like some kind of slapdash attempt at a banister. Now, if you're familiar with this series, then you'll know that this part of the video is usually dedicated to decorations, window dressing, junk lighting, things like that. But, it's a staircase, so,
Psst, Jackson!
Oh, what now?
Anything to add?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Right, well, I suppose.
and there you have it everyone, your very own giant staircase. I know this wasn't exactly an engineering marvel of a build, but I hope you enjoyed this episode of
Building stuff!
and I hope it gave you an idea or two to use in your own settlements and perhaps even your own Red Rocket. If you're new to the channel and want to see more building stuff, then I recommend you subscribe to stay up to date with my latest videos. And if you want to see more episodes right this second, you'll find links to all of the previous episodes in the description below. And if you're a returning subscriber, then thank you once again for continuing to support my channel. Anyway, as always, have a sexy afternoon. Until next time.